Good evening and welcome to TV News. Today, we bring you a historic report from Wesley University Ondo, where the newly reconstructed Wesley University Ecumenical Center held its first Thanksgiving service on this day, December 7, 2025.
It was an awesome moment at the Wesley University Ondo, where the Ecumenical Center, or the Cathedral Chapel, was reconstructed and dedicated on the 7th. Intense worship and praise beyond boundary, as the hearts of all the members of staffs and students were filled with joy after 14 years of dilapidated, abandoned church being reconstructed. Filled with testimonies and gratitude from the Vice Chancellor, the Right Rev Professor Obeka, and all the members of staffs for what the Lord is doing, in particular in the university. The Ecumenical Center, which had remained dilapidated for more than 14 years, had now been fully rebuilt into a cathedral and dedicated for worship. The Vice Chancellor of the university, the Right Reverend Professor Obeka, delivered a heartfelt sermon titled "From Lamentation to Laughter," drawing from the biblical account of Nehemiah and Ezra. He emphasized God's power to restore broken foundations and charged the university community to protect all places dedicated to spiritual upliftment. Speaking on behalf of the newly promoted professors, the Deputy Vice Chancellor explained that the reconstruction of the center was just one of the miracles God is performing on campus. He recounted the institution's past struggle, including the backlog of unpaid salaries and low student enrollment, but expressed joy that through the spiritual and academic leadership of the Vice Chancellor, the university is experiencing a drastic turnaround. The Vice Chancellor used the occasion to appreciate the staffs for the unwavering support in rebuilding the university's chapel and also giving the university a facelift. The Thanksgiving service also features the presentation of trophies and medals won by students in the recent sporting competitions, showcasing the vibrancy of campus life. The event climaxed with the carol of 9 lessons, praise, dancing, and the official end-of-year Thanksgiving of the university. A special highlight was the presentation of the 2026 publications of the Methodist Church Nigeria to the Vice Chancellor and his wife, and selected dignitaries by the Media and Communications Department of the church on behalf of the prelate, a gesture of appreciation for the remarkable transformation happening under his leadership. The Vice Chancellor proceeded with members of staffs and ministers and the Boys Brigade straight to the hall where they rededicated for its own purpose.
Well, the joy of the Lord is simply the fact that we came here lamenting of the sorrowful state of Wesley University. But because we started with the Lord, and the Lord gave us victory to have restructured the old temple of worship to an edifice today, a cathedral, worthy of God's presence, we all rejoice and celebrate today because what was deemed to be impossible has become possible. The structure was an abandoned structure that nobody ever thought that anything good would come out of that. So we are glad and excited that God has helped us thus far, and we have relocated today to the place of worship named Wesley Ecumenical Center, an edifice for scriptural holiness. Thank you. Yes, the lecture hall was built by Akingbule, one of the high chief of Ondo Kingdom, and dedicated for that purpose. But due to the situations and mishap of the past, the chapel was abandoned because after dedication, a lot of hazards came up. Rain fell, and then those who came in for the dedication couldn't even continue to conclude the dedication. And since then, the chapel was abandoned and relocated to Akingbule Lecture Theatre. But today, by the grace of God, we have been able to restructure the chapel, and we have commenced usage today. Hence, the lecture theatre has now been repositioned for the purpose of which it's meant, and we have also provided modest furnitures for lecture purpose, which will be installed as from tomorrow by the grace of God.
Finally, we are in a building that is ongoing, seemingly another work of God's hands through you. So what is this place?
The present administration embarked on several projects which were dedicated by His Eminence, the Prelate of Methodist Church Nigeria, our erudite scholar, and the Prelate, Dr. Oliver Aliaba, during the convocation ceremony. This building is one of such projects dedicated. This one is marked for our anatomy and pharmacy block. We also have another block opposite this place, which is marked for community health project. We have other projects also ongoing, the medical lab science project right ahead of us, opposite Continuing Education Center. And we have the medical center, where we also have the anatomy lecture complex and other medical complexes, and the skills acquisition and demonstration center. All those projects are ongoing by the grace of God, in addition to the hostel facilities and the law complex, which were all dedicated by the prelate during the convocation exercise. So we give glory to God that this is one of such projects we have in recent times.
Your name again, sir?
My name is Right Rev Professor Obeka Samuel Sunday, the Vice Chancellor and Bishop of Wesley Ecumenical Center.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
From lamentation to laughter indeed, Wesley University celebrates a new dawn.